This appointment as a committee member of the Media Complaints Committee of the Media Ombudsman is quite a big achievement for myself personally and professionally, as I have indicated on my social platforms to say that I'm a very firm believer of press freedom, and I have been working in that area for many years. And this is my time to contribute to ensure that we really live up to the ethos of press freedom and ensure that the media governs itself.
And how do you plan to ensure impartiality and fairness when dealing with media complaints?
Indeed, this platform accords us an opportunity to ensure that we reinforce what the Media Code of Ethics and Conduct requires of us. There are quite rules in terms of the code of what is expected of the media, what is expected of them in their reporting on the different platforms. And I believe that too will assist me in conducting work to ensuring that I am fair in terms of also according all parties that come and bring their complaints to the committee. And we really take the necessary steps as indicated by the Code of Ethics and Conduct.
You have mentioned being a firm believer in media freedom. In your view, what is the current state of media freedom in Namibia?
Well, I think Namibia has continuously been ranked in Africa as the freest press. Of course, we have been downgraded to the second level in Africa, although we continuously still in the top 20s and the top 30s globally. So you can already see Namibia really there is a free and fair and conducive environment for the media to operate in. Yes, we do have issues when you look at remuneration of journalists and media practitioners. You look at the issues within the newsroom. I think those are issues that we need to also look into and address so that we strengthen the current environment that we have. And when you look at other countries, really they don't have similar environments that Namibians and Namibian journalists or media practitioners enjoy today. Other countries, you have received reports of many journalists being killed, many journalists being jailed, many journalists being silenced for doing their work. But in Namibia, we have not had any of those cases. Although, like I said, there are issues within the newsrooms, issues of remuneration. We need to look into those issues to see how we can ensure that journalists are also respected for the work they do, because without the media, the public lacks information. And when the public lacks information, they are not empowered on what the different companies have to offer, what government has to offer, which is to the benefit of their own livelihoods. So we need to ensure that we have strong elements in place, legislations in place that ensure that there is self-governance or self-regulation from the media perspective, and that these platforms are also strengthened. Although you are regulating yourself, we need to have all the instruments and measures in place so that we continuously ensure press freedom or media freedom to flourish in our country.
And how do you see press freedom contributing to Namibia's democratic development?
Indeed. Like I indicated, without the media is actually the fourth estate. The fourth estate is the fourth tier of government. We have the executive that is led by the president. We have the judiciary that is led by the chief justice. Then we do have the legislature, which is led by parliament. And the fourth estate is the media. So the media is there to provide information to our people. And without the media, our people do not enjoy the necessary information to know the basic things. With emerging industries like oil and gas, green hydrogen, and all opportunities, your basic opportunities in terms of where to get your old age grant, where to get your disability grants. These are important information that our people need to have. But who can distribute this? It's the media. So they remain very important for our democracy. For it to flourish, we need to have a very good self-regulated media to ensure that our democracy flourishes.
The National Development Plan highlights press freedom as a key pillar. So how do you see this appointment align with that vision?
Indeed. So, of course, the 6th National Development Plan has prioritized Namibia to retain its media freedom ranking on the Press Freedom Index to ensure that, of course, in Africa we retain our first position, which is quite critical because we set a tone to all the other African countries and other countries who do not enjoy conducive environment of press freedom like Namibia does. And really that also just strengthens our democracy. And then again, also we are thankful that the 8th administration has really deemed it as necessary to put this as one of the pillars of the National Development Plan, because that already shows from the top of the executive, led by our president, the value and understand how important media freedom is for a country like Namibia.
And you have mentioned protecting journalists. What policy improvements would you like to see to further protect journalists and ensure responsible media practice?
Well, I would like to firstly congratulate the new media ombudsman, a good friend of mine, Dr. Shadrach Shomeka. I think he has been given this task to look at how we can improve the environment in which journalists operate. And we must also thank the government of the Republic of Namibia, particularly the Ministry of Labor and Justice, that is really responsible for ensuring that different bodies come up with different trade unions. As you know, there is a media union that was recently approved to allow them to do their work in terms of representing media practitioners. Not something that Namibia has been having, something that they have been advocating for, and it's here. So we need to look into these instruments in terms of the policies that are available to harmonize them and ensure that, yes, we ensure the independency, but we should also find ways of how can we ensure that the journalist is well paid at their work. How do we ensure that a journalist is not harassed for what they write? Going back also to the new technologies, how do we prepare them for the new technologies that are out there, AI? We are losing the core of journalism. How do we ensure that we maintain the old writing style of journalism? So there are quite a lot of things that we need to look into to strengthen the work of journalists and the benefits that they deserve.
And what impact do you hope to make during your 3-year term?
So for me, as indicated, my job is quite very straight to the point. It's to hear any complaints related to the media, because I'll be serving as a media complaints committee member. So we want to hear what are the issues, what are the major issues, how do we address them, how do we ensure that the instrument of self-regulation is upheld. How do we go also out there to media houses to say, look, these are issues that are constantly coming. How do we address them to ensure that they do not continuously come back to our committee and for us to resolve? Because it's always good to make them aware so that we find ways so that we don't come back to the drawing board on the same issues. So I think for me, it's all about that, to ensure that we clarify that area, we strengthen that body, and educate our journalists as well at the same time.
And finally, any message for young media professionals or the general public regarding media rights and responsibilities?
No, definitely my message to media practitioners is especially to always congratulate them for their good work that they do for our people. I think media practitioners, it's very important that we inform you that we appreciate the work that you do. We acknowledge the work that you do to ensure that we have access to information. And all I need to encourage them is to say, always live up to the code of ethics. As a journalist, be passionate about what you do and live up to those ethos, and you will get the work done correctly. That is my message to them. Let's go back to the core of journalism and ensure that we live up to the values that we were taught back in university as a media practitioner. Thank you.